Esperanza Bense. Welcome to Esperanza Bense, where hope wins. Today we're pulling in the energy for Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. This is just a quick hit, a new offering that I've decided upon offering over on esperanzabense.com. So hit me up over there or at the links below if you have any questions about a session. Thank you so much. Here we go. Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. All right, here we go. Near past, present tense, and near future. Thank you for fine-tuning your free will and intuition with me. It's so important these days. We got to be more discerning, right? Eight of Wands reversed in the near past, Queen of Wands reversed in the present tense, and Temperance reversed in the near future. So again, as we know from yesterday's reading, we are dealing with fire energy. We have Venus in Aries. Saturn has just newly moved into Aries. Neptune's in Aries. A lot of those planets that were hanging out in the Piscean waters of fogginess and confusion have now moved into a space of action. Aries, however, can sometimes have impetuous action. So sometimes we act before we think, or we speak before we get in our feelings about things, or we act upon our feelings instead of being a little bit more rational, or we get things started but we don't know how to maintain them. Okay, I think of Aries energy as the spark that sets the fire. Okay, so we have a candle, right, that stays lit because it has a wick and it has like some sort of oil to maintain it, right? But that initial spark, that initial match is newly lit in the sign of Aries, okay? Aries is youth, Aries is birth, Aries is springtime, Aries is initiations. The Eight of Wands energy here in reverse in the near past, we might have actually wanted things to get started a little bit quicker in the near past when things were swimming in those Piscean waters of like getting in tune with our intuition. Being Pisces rules, naturally kind of 12th house matters. So things that happen in private between yourself and God, between yourself and yourself, between yourself and your spirit, between yourself and your guides, between yourself and your atheism. You know what I'm saying? But whatever just happens to you spiritually on your own that other people don't know about, that happens in Pisces. And so sometimes when we're in that state of solitude and reflection and dreaminess and fogginess and confusion, things don't get moving as fast as we want them to. With the Eight of Wands upright, we have a card when it's upright. This is a card of like action, Jackson. This is, fast moving kinetic energy. There's not even a character in the card. There's not even a single person. It's just like the wands are just flying through the air. That's action, that's motion, that's motivation, that's messages coming through. But here with the Eight of Wands reversed, like we had it in the near past in our reading, that's a little bit of a stalled out energy, or things not moving forward as fast as you would like them to. With the Queen of Wands in the present tense, I'm sorry, I've had a cold. Excuse me. With the Queen of Wands reverse, we might have a person in our lives that's either is Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo person that might need a little bit of extra support from us. Either that, or else we might have to dig a little bit deeper to find our own creative life force energy and pull through. With the Queen of Wands upright, we're dealing with a person who is able to channel her creative, procreative, productive energy in a very serene and functional way. With the Queen of Wands reverse, we deal more with that kind of like even potentially Jezebel energy at the very worst of it. But probably with us people that are like watching this reading, it's probably not a Queen of Wands in the sense that, you know, she wants to sleep with your husband and be a home wrecker or something like that. It's just probably more of an energy of like someone isn't able to channel their first three chakras appropriately. When I see fire in the tarot, I think of the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra. What is the fire that gets lit underneath my butt or underneath my yoni in terms of like, how do I get things going and bring things to life? With the Queen of Wands reversed, you know, she might be stalled out on that energy. And we might need to dig a little bit deeper or support this person in our lives a little bit more so that she can get more creative and feel more relaxed and feel like she can dig deep into her life force energy and cause things around her to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because like when we shine our light, the sunflowers can grow, right? We need the sun. We need the sun. We need more people to grab a hold of their palo, to grab a hold of their mic, to grab a hold of what is important to them and exercise this in reality, okay? And then with the Temperance reverse in the near future, this just might be a card that's indicating that like, hey, maybe sometimes we do have to go to the extreme, you know, maybe sometimes we do have to get a little bit obsessed with what we're doing and not maintain like that like delicate balance, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I have a really beautiful experience that I had one time when I was teaching a workshop this past January with Psychic Readings by Brandy. She's so awesome, and we collaborated and did a workshop, and we opened the workshop with us singing the Om Apadamapa prayer. I'll sing it real quick. Om Padamapahartam Dartam Sarvasampadam Lokabiramam Sri Ramabhyo Namamayaham. That would be Temperance upright. But right now, with all this air and fire going on, and especially today with the two fire, you know, our fire energy has been stalled out for so long that in the near future, you know, our water might not be balanced. Like, we might have to go and tilt, like, farther in one direction in order to bring overall a balance back into the scheme of life. Okay? So that's what I got for you for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much. Bye now.